Hi students, today we are going to see a sums in exercise 4.3, extra sums based on exercise 4.3, right? Extra sums. Today we are going to see some extra sums. How we are going to form a equation, right? How we are going to form a equation for the given statement, right? Given statement, right? In 8th standard itself, you are having an experience how to form a equation, right? How to form a equation, how to form a equation from the statement, right? For one variable. Here we are going to form a linear equation in two variable, right? We are going to form a linear equation in two variable for the above statement, right? So in this equation, before forming that, right, we want to, while we are reading, right, we have to keep some hints in our mind, right? We have to keep some hints in our mind. In linear equation in two variables, right? In linear equation in two variables, right? In the statement, they will talk about two peoples or two objects or two things, right? They will talk about the statement. The statement will belongs to, right, two peoples or two object or two things, right? They will talk about two things, right? So we have to consider one as x and another one as y, right? We have to consider one object as a x and another one as a y, right? So we are reading, we have to form a equation. First we'll read. In one day international cricket match, Raina and Dhoni together scored 198 runs. Raina and Dhoni together scored 198 runs. Express the statement as a linear equation in two variables. Right? I told you that linear equation in two variables means surely they will talk about two peoples or two objects. Right? Here they are talking about two peoples, Raina and Dhoni. Right? Raina and Dhoni. So I'm just going to consider Raina as a x. Right? The score taken by Raina as x and the score taken by Dhoni as nothing but y, right? With the given condition, I am going to form an equation. So first we have to consider the some variables for the objects are the peoples, right? Two objects are two people. Here two people, one is nothing but Raina, another one is nothing but Dhoni, right? So first I am going to assume that let runs scored by Raina, right? In one day international cricket match, runs scored by Raina. Let runs scored by Raina be x, right? And runs scored by Dhoni, right? And runs scored by Dhoni be y, right? Runs scored by Raina be x and runs scored by Dhoni be y, right? Now by the condition, right, we have to form the equation, right? According to the condition, right? According to the condition, I am going to form a equation. What is the condition here? Raina and Dhoni together scored 198 runs. Raina is nothing but x, right? Raina is nothing but x and Dhoni is nothing but y. Together, what is meant by together? Raina and Dhoni together. What is meant together? Sum of, right? Both the people combinedly, right? The total of, right? The total of Raina and Dhoni, right? Together means the total of Raina and Dhoni together scored 190. That is, together is nothing but total, right? Total of the Raina and Dhoni. So it's nothing but x plus y. X plus y is equal to totally togetherly how much they have scored? 198. And this is the equation for the above statement. X plus y is equal to 188. Here they ask you to only form the equation alone. Suppose they ask you to draw a graphical representation for the given statement, means what we want to do then? We have to find three solutions, right? We have to find three solutions for the given equation and we have to plot the coordinate point in the graph and we have to draw the graph, right? We have to draw the graph. How we want to find the solutions? That you know that already, right? We have to assume some value for some variable, right? X or y, right? We have to assume value for x and we have to get the value for y, and suppose we have to assume, if you are assuming value for y means while we are solving we get the value of x, right? X comma y is the solution, right? X comma y is the solution. So here they ask you to only the form, right? So this is very very important, right? I just searched from the net and I have taken the questions because, and this is the first experience how we are framing the equation, right? Still we will see two more sums, right? How we are forming the equation. So number 2, the cost of a table is rupees 100 more than half the cost of a chair. Write this statement as a linear equation in two variables, right? Right as a, so before forming the equation, I told you that in this question they will talk about two objects or two peoples, right? So one we have considered as x and another one we have considered as a y, right? Here they are talking about cost of a table, right? Cost of a table and cost of a chair, right? Cost of a table and cost of a chair. Let us assume some variable for this table and chair, right? Let the cost of a table, right? The cost price or cost of a table, the cost of a table be x, and the cost of a chair, right? And the cost of a chair be a chair, that means single chair, right? The cost of a chair be y, right? Now come to the condition. What is the condition we are having? The cost of a table is, what is mean by is? Yeah, it is nothing but equal to, right? It is nothing but equal to. It is nothing but the symbol for, right? The symbol for add, total, more, increasing, and this is nothing but a keywords for symbols, right? For this is not nothing but a keywords for plus. Likewise, a difference, minus, less than, a decreasing, and these are the keywords for minus, right? Is means it is equal to, right? The cost of a table is the cost of a table. What is cost of table? We have assumed x. So x is, that is x is equal to, right? The cost of a table is, that is x is equal to rupees 100 more than. What is mean by more than? What is mean by more? I just now only I told you that the more is nothing but keyword for plus. So more than is nothing but 100 plus half of the cost of a chair. Half of the cost of a chair. So cost of a chair already we have assumed as y. Half of the cost of a chair means, I told you that half of the cost of the chair is nothing but y. Half of the cost of a chair means y by 2, right? Y by 2. So half of the chair is nothing but 1 by 2 into y only. Directly I am writing that y by 2, right? Half of the chair. Half 1 by 2 is nothing but half a chair. Cost of a chair is nothing but y. So half into y, 1 by 2 into y by 2. I am writing y by 2. Now this is nothing but we have formed a equation, but it is not in the form of what is the standard form. So while we are solving, we have to write in the form of standard form. How we want to solve? We will solve and we will write in the form of standard form. X term, y term is equal to constant term, right? Likewise we can write it ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, likewise. So we will simplify, but I understood how I have framed the equation. The cost of a table is rupees 100 more than half of the cost of a chair. The cost of a table, that is x, is equal to 100 more than 100 plus half of the cost of a chair. Cost of a chair y, half of the cost means 1 by 2 into y, that is y by 2. Understood? Now what I am going to do, I am going to form a, yes, I am going to simplify and I am going to write in the form of standard form. So x, right? I am just taking that y by 2 to the LHS, right? Taking y by 2 to the LHS. X term, y term fully LHS and constant term alone in the RHS. I am taking the y by 2 to the LHS plus y by 2 will become minus y by 2. X minus y by 2 is equal to 100, right? Now see that x term it is in the form of whole term, but y term it is in the form of fraction. So right, so how we want to remove the fraction? By doing the cross multiply, right? So putting by 1 and do the cross multiply. 2 into x, 2x minus 1 into y, 1y divided by 1 into 2 is equal to 100. Taking 2 to the RHS, right? Divide will become multiply. Taking 2 to the RHS, divide will become multiply. So what is the remaining? 2x minus y is equal to 100 into 2 is equal to 100 into 2, 200. So 2x minus y is equal to 200. This is the required linear equation in two variable, right? By the condition we have framed after simplification. This is nothing but standard form. I have written in the form of standard form, right? 2x minus y is equal to 200. They ask you to only form the linear equation in two variable. Suppose they ask you to draw the graph for this above equation, means what we want to do? We have to find three solutions for this equation, right? Next, NCERT problem, right? Exercise 4.3, sum number 4, right? The taxi fare in a city as follows. The taxi fare in a city is as follows. For the first kilometer, the fare is rupees 8. And for the subsequent distance, it is rupees 5 per kilometer. Subsequent distance, that means remaining distance. If you are traveling 5 kilometer, right? If you are traveling 5 kilometer, for the first kilometer alone, how much they are charging? 8 rupees. This is constant. The remaining kilometer, that is subsequent kilometer. The remaining kilometer, how much remaining kilometer is balanced? 4 kilometer, right? The remaining kilometer is nothing but subsequent kilometer. For each kilometer, how much they are charging? Rupees 5, right? Rupees 5. Taking the distance covered as x kilometer and total fare as y. Write a linear equation for the information and draw its graph. So what they asking? They ask you to form a linear equation in two variable for the above statement. At the same time ask you to draw its graph, right? So first we are going to form a equation. So they itself said that, what is it? Taking the distance covered as x kilometer. So number of kilometer is equal to distance. Distance covered, they ask you to take x, right? And total fare is nothing but y. Total fare is nothing but y. They ask you to take itself. So directly what you can assume as x be a distance covered, right? Distance covered as a x kilometer and total fare as y. You can assume. Let total distance covered as x kilometer and total fare as rupees y, right? So before forming the equation, we want to know some basic, that is nothing but total cost, right? Total cost is equal to number of object into cost of each object. Cost of each object. We want to know this formula. If you know this formula, then only we can easily find total cost. Suppose you are buying 10 pens. How many pens you are buying? 10 pens. If you are buying a 10 pens, just roughly you can take it. 10 pens, right? And each pen cost is 4 rupees, means each pen cost is 4 rupees, means now how much total cost you have to pay? That is something but number of object, right? Number of object into cost of each object, that is nothing but total cost. That is 10 into 4 is equal to 40. Totally how much you want to pay? Rupees 40. Same like that here they are talking about, what is it? Total fare, right? They are talking about total fare, right? What is it? Total fare. Total fare is nothing but, what is the formula? Total fare is nothing but number of kilometer into cost of each kilometer. That is total fare is equal to, here total fare is nothing but number of kilometers, right? Number of kilometers into cost of each kilometer. Cost of each kilometer, right? Cost of each kilometer. For each kilometer, how much cost into number of kilometers, multiplying the total cost. The total cost, how much we want to pay, we have to. So from that we know that what is total fare. We have assumed as total fare as rupees y. So y is equal to number of kilometers, that is total distance covered is nothing but number of kilometers, that is nothing but x kilometer into cost of each kilometer. Cost of, for each kilometer, how much cost there we want to pay? Rupees 5. So x into 5, 5x, right? X into 5, 5x. So x into 5 is equal to y is equal to 5x. But this is not a equation for the above statement, because this is not a equation for the above statement, because they have given a small condition, that is something, but for the first kilometer they are charging rupees 8. For the first kilometer they are charging rupees 8. After that, how many remaining kilometer they have traveled, for that alone, for each kilometer rupees 5. So how we want to frame an equation? So x is nothing but total number of kilometers. X is nothing but total number of kilometers. X is nothing but total number of kilometers. But for the first kilometer, right? For the first kilometer, how much the amount is? 1 second. First we will see one small example. Suppose they are traveling 10 kilometers. Suppose they are traveling 10 kilometers. Total number of kilometers, 10 kilometers, right? So now I am going to find the total fare, total amount for the 10 kilometers. That is y is equal to, for the first kilometer, how much they want to pay? 8 rupees. 8 plus, for each kilometer, that is 5 into, remaining how many kilometers are there? 10 minus 1, right? 10 minus 1. Understood? 10 minus 1. 9 kilometers. Total 10 kilometer. First kilometer charge is in the limit 8 rupees plus remaining 9 kilometers. Total amount is nothing but total fare, right? 10 minus 1. Here we know that number of kilometers is nothing but 10. Suppose we don't know means, then how we want to form an equation? Same thing, simple, right? Y is equal to, right? Totally, if we don't know the total number of kilometers, nothing but x kilometers. Total number of kilometers, nothing but x kilometers, right? Right. For the first kilometer, I am writing that 8 rupees. This constant 8 rupees, right? For the remaining kilometer, how many remaining kilometers are there? We want to reduce 1 kilometer from the total number of kilometer. That is total number of kilometers in the limit x kilometer. After reducing 1 kilometer, it will become, what is it? X minus 1 kilometer. X minus 1. This is nothing but number of kilometer into cost of each kilometer. For each kilometer, what is the cost? 5 rupees. So 5 into x minus 1 plus 8. Suppose if x is nothing but 20 kilometers means, here what is it? 19 kilometer into 5, x is nothing but 20 kilometers means 20 minus 1, 19. 19 into 5, right? For 19 kilometer, and for 1 kilometer is nothing but rupees 8. We have to add. So by adding all this, we will get the total fare for the 20 kilometers. Understood? How I have framed the equation, right? And this is for a constant kilometers, right? If they are saying that for all the kilometers, the cost of each kilometer is in the limit rupees 5 means, we can use this formula, right? But here we can't use this one, right? So here, what is the equation? Y is equal to 8 plus 5 into x minus 1. X minus 1 is something. Yes, already we have written 1 kilometer, so we are reducing 1 kilometer. After that only we are multiplying 5 with the number of kilometers. Understood? But what they are saying, they ask you to find the solutions for the above equation, right? Solutions, for what purpose we are finding solutions? To draw the above equation. Before that, see that it is not in the form of standard form. First we can make it in the form of standard form, just multiplying. So y is equal to 8 plus 5 into x, 5x, minus 5 into 1, 5, right? So y is equal to, see we are having constant, 8 and 5 are the constant. 8 minus 5, 3. So 3 plus 5x. 3 plus 5x. You can keep this as it is. Otherwise, if you want to bring the x term to the LHS means, you can bring it, no problem. If you want to keep this equation in as it is, you can keep as it is, no problem. Now we are going to find 3 more solutions, right? Now we are going to find 3 more solutions for this equation. After finding 3 more solutions, what we want to do there? We want to draw in a graph, right? So this is taking as equation number 1. Now I am going to assume as x is equal to 0. If x is equal to 0, then equation 1 becomes, y is equal to 3 plus 5 into 0 is equal to 3 plus anything into 0, it will become 0. So 3 plus 0, 3. So y is equal to 3. So what is the first solution? The first solution is nothing but, what is it? 0 comma 3, x comma y, x is nothing but 0 and y is nothing but 3, right? I'm just assuming if x is equal to minus 1, then equation 1 becomes y is equal to 3 plus 5 into minus 1, right? Wherever x is coming, we want to substitute minus 1. 5 into minus 1, minus 5, plus 3 minus 5, minus 2. The solution is nothing but minus 1 comma minus 2, right? The third one I am assuming x is equal to 1. Then equation 1 becomes y is equal to 3 plus 5 into 1. 5 into 1, 5. 5 plus 3, 8. So y is equal to 8. Third solution is nothing but 1 comma 8. Now write the solutions. What is the first solution? 0 comma 3. X is equal to 0 and y is equal to 3. Second solution, minus 1 comma minus 2. X is minus 1, y is equal to minus 2. And third solution, 1 comma 8. Now I am going to plot in the graph and going to draw the equation in the graph. We want to get a straight line. That is very, very important, right? Now we got a solutions x, y, 0, 3, minus 1, minus 2, 1 comma 8, right? So by plotting the point minus 1 comma minus 2 and 0 comma 3 and 1 comma 8, we got a straight line, linear equation in two variable, and the straight line is nothing but y is equal to 5x plus 3, and this straight line equation is nothing but y is equal to 5x plus 3. That's all. Thank you. Note down your homework sums.